Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back, guys. My Hero Academia on deck today. We got season 4, episode 72. This one's called Red Riot. So I'm wondering if we're going to get another highlighted episode specifically about Red Riot and see what comes of this one. So obviously, let's break down the situation that we're in right now. So we have broken into why did I forget his name already? I about wanted to call him Outcast, but it's not Outcast. Overhaul. We broke into Overhaul's like layer and stuff like that, and we are looking for the little girl that ran into Midoriya, and they are tracking it down based off of what Sir Night Eye saw when he touched the henchman, right? Because he can get a glimpse of the future, so he was able to see the pathway that leads to this little girl in the secret room they're hiding her in. However, Overhaul was prepared for this, and he has set up this whole thing where he's got all of his mobsters, or whatever you want to call them, gangsters, mobsters, family, whatever. He's got them all going. Sorry guys, I just woke up. I just worked out, so I have a little bit of like sweat dripping in my eyes. But anyways, so Overhaul, right? They're in his little hideout layer. They just got to the room, and a bunch of guys were inside the secret room that they were in. Then we also ran into three different guys who had quirks and different abilities and whatnot like that. And we had one of them who actually powered up. He was a little guy. He was like the little dude. I can't remember what his name is, but he was like literally this little midget guy. And he took the power up, and then he like absorbed the building. So he's a part of the building. I can't remember what his quirk was exactly called, but essentially like he like combined himself or became the building. And now the building's like all jello-y and making holes in the floor and stuff like that. And then we got a really cool moment. Actually, most of the episode was a really cool moment about Sun Eater and how he really looked up to what's his name, Lemillion, and just like inspired to be like him. And the fact that Lemillion noticed him and saw him when nobody else would, and he was a new guy in school. He was very shy, and he was very shy is the best word I guess I would use for it. He was very just closed off to people, afraid of judgment, feared that people were going to judge him and all that stuff at all times. But then Lemillion was just super friendly and just always pushed him and strived him to be better and stuff like that, and really inspired him to step up in this moment. So we almost got like an entire flip of him as a hero in terms of like he got over his, anxiety about people and all that kind of stuff, and he was able to overcome that, and he took on these three guys and seemingly beat him. And that's kind of where we left off. So that's where we're picking up, guys. If you haven't already, man, hit that subscribe button, guys. We'd love to have you join us here. We do My Hero Academia every Tuesday, Thursday, and Bleach on Fridays currently on YouTube. I keep saying that I'm going to add another anime to that, guys. I think I'm going to delay that for the time being just because with summer happening, kids are now out of school, so I don't really have a ton of free time to just myself to do extra recording. So I'm going to try to hopefully use that time to try to focus a little more on the anime that I'm doing now. And by that, I mean, hopefully like I can try to do, especially like Bleach mainly, but I want to try to do 2 episode like video releases where I'm actually watching 2 episodes in one and releasing it as one video just to kind of get further along in the story. But I've also seen a lot of reactors who are doing like entire arcs, like sit downs where they're like, oh, I'm going to do an entire arc. And it's like a 2 hour video of them just basically going through like, I don't know how many episodes certain arcs are, but like 10 episodes or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually 10 episodes, but they're just literally going through like a ton of episodes in one video. So maybe that's something we could do too. You guys let me know what you're more interested. If you guys like the single video reactions that I'm doing now, or if I should try to do multi-episode reactions. Like I said, I can't promise anything just because I don't know what summer's usually the busiest time of the year for me. Cause like I said, I got kids, they're out of school, they're home all the time. So I'm watching them when I get off work, and I don't usually have, cause when they're at school, I get off work and I usually have about a 2 hour window where it's just me at home and I'm able to kind of do the reactions and do all that stuff. But where I'm home and my wife doesn't get home till later in the evening, I'm watching the kids and making sure that things are good there. So, but anyways, like I said, we're going to try some different things, and we're going to test some things out, see what I can get done. So, but anyways, we also have Patreon, guys. If you haven't already, go to join us on Patreon. The link's down in the description below. You can follow us over there, guys. It is free to follow. You get all this stuff a week, 2 weeks. I'm working on trying to be 3 weeks early. But you can get some of this stuff early over there, guys. There's no editing, there's no filters, there's no cuts in and out of the scenes. It's all just one raw take fully through. So join us over there, guys. You can get all that for free. And like I said, you can support in other ways, but that is optional. So with all that being said, we can finally get into this, guys. Let's get going to the video. Let's go. My Hero Academia, guys. Episode 72, Red Riot. Let's get it, baby.
The neurotoxin should be circulating throughout your bodies at this point. You're not gonna die, but I doubt you'll be doing any running for a while. Oh, and I'll be taking these masks with me. Who knows what kind of tricks you might have hidden inside them. That took me too long. Wonder how far ahead the others are now. I
mean, he's beat up bad.
catch up.
I notice he has kind of pointy ears, or is that just the way that his hair covers over his ears?
I guess
Is that part of his quirk?
I was hurt worse than I thought.
All right, let's go!
I actually really
Mister,
like
calm
his
down.
outfit, dude.
Strange. The guy who was manipulating
fits
the
him
building
perfectly.
seems to have eased off for some reason.
Yeah, you're right. It's not twisting anymore.
I'd expect him to throw as many obstacles in our way as he could to trip us up. If he's not, maybe that means his awareness and control don't extend through the entire place. There's also the police squad up above. It's possible he decided to focus all his attention on them instead.
So there's a limit to how much of the building he can keep tabs on?
It's just a theory. But maybe rather than having been assimilated into it, he's moving around inside the walls to monitor what's going on.
He don't stand a chance. Whack job like him doesn't care about consequences or even his own future. Those are the ones you have to watch out for. It's what makes them so
I
dangerous.
say, man, leading by fear has its limits, dude. Oh, shit.
Racer! He wants to knock me out of the fight before I can get eyes on him.
If those idiots can't handle their job, I'll just have to take care of these guys myself.
No!
If we don't stop this guy, then Tamaki will have stayed behind for nothing. Come on, Eraser. Time to do your thing!
Be careful, Fat!
That's a crazy nickname. Fat. Be careful, Fat.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, he got
I
pushed in there with
jumped out
Red
in front of
Riot.
Mr. Aizawa. I figured I wouldn't take any damage, but then you jumped, and I kinda got stuck.
I got
Well,
stuck.
nothing we can do now.
Oh, this guy who first
Go
came out
ahead,
at the beginning.
punch me. I'll smash your fist to pieces.
Damn. For a second, I thought his teeth were falling out. I was like,
The arms are...
You know what I think?
shit.
Knives and guns got no place in a fight. Anyone can win if they got a weapon. That's the coward's way. A real fighter kills his opponent using nothing but his own strength. You a real fighter?
I agree with that, though, to be honest.
You're not gonna take us down that easily!
What is that? He's got a portal
Looks like
around
some
him?
kind of barrier.
So we have Fat Gum and a boy with a hardening quirk. They're both better suited for defense.
I can feel his blows even through my fat. Each punch is like a bullet.
You call that a good defense? They're both looking rough already. I mean, they're not mincemeat yet, but still.
These two weren't on the quirk list we got. Did they bring in outside help?
Damn, that
One
OC
makes
in
a
the background.
barrier and the other rains down punches. This'll be a tricky pair to fight.
We are a spear and a shield. I don't know whether that boy even qualifies as one.
My arm's cracked. And it hurts. I couldn't absorb the blow. Another barrage like that and I'm done. I thought I'd gotten stronger. Damn it. I'm still weak.
Remember, you're unbreakable. If you let them break your spirit, that means you've lost. When you're up against villains, the key is making them lose their will to fight first. You can't lose your drive before they do.
Facts, bro.
Now let's take those two fatheads down and get out of here. The others are waiting for us.
They believe they can defeat us. You must be thrilled.
I like the way that fat guy thinks.
I like the way
Alright,
that
this is
fat
starting to
guy
get
thinks.
good. Get rid of this damn thing, Tengai. I don't need a stupid bubble to keep me safe.
What do you hope such violence will accomplish?
Overhaul didn't ask if I wanted to team up with you.
Master Overhaul, show some respect.
Who cares? All I want is a good death match.
Very well. If you think you can take them yourself, by all means.
We won't be able to win while that guy's still standing. Despite what I said, Kirishima's in rough shape. But I've got no choice. I have to face him. Get this wrong and I might die. But if I don't try at all, we're dead for sure.
Bro, you gotta take your own advice, bro.
Your name's
Don't let him
Rappa,
break your
right?
will.
It's been a while since I've been hit that hard. And I've done a decent amount of fighting over the years, too. In the end, it's all gonna come down to what happens first. Your arms get tired or my body gives out.
He's protecting me, even though those punches are obviously wearing him down. What is wrong with me? I was so sure I'd gotten stronger. But then, he broke through my ultimate move with a single attack. And now I'm just in the way.
He keeps getting faster, and each hit hurts worse than the last. Am I gonna be able to hold out long enough?
Damn it! I can't just stand here! I have to do something! Fat Gum's gonna die! Because of me!
Damn, bro.
Useless
It actually kind of looks like the Ninja
Your
Turtles right
heartbeat
there.
cracked and there's
That's
nothing
crazy to me.
worthwhile underneath!
Come on, Red Riot. Let's
Can't
go,
I
baby.
do anything?
The boy won't be a problem. He's already finished. You can see it in his eyes.
It's just like it was back then. Nothing's changed. Nothing.
Nice quirk, man.
So make these into some bills quick, dude. We're kind of short on cash.
I
That'd be
can't
a
do
crazy
paper bills.
quirk.
Yeah, anyway, it wears off really
Change
quickly.
leaves into
We'll
money,
just have
bro.
to spend them really
Give
quick,
me that
won't
quirk.
we?
I can't. You guys, seriously.
What's up? You bullying a kid for some chump change? That's not very manly, jerks.
Who's that?
Third year, Kirishima.
Here he comes.
I got him.
Here he comes.
He's not actually that strong.
What the heck? Dude, my Siri just responded to me. What?
Harder.
Bastard!
Now let's go.
Get back here!
Forget about it, Kirishima.
You were watching?
Why are you always sticking your neck out like that, man?
It doesn't matter what your quirk is if you have an honorable heart. That's what the chivalrous hero Crimson Riot believes.
It's Mina Ashido from Class 4.
She's really laying into him.
And now they're getting along?
What?
Hold on.
the heck
are
is
they
happening?
breakdancing?
They're leaving.
And no one got hurt.
What in the world just happened?
Hey, there you are. Mina, we're going shopping. Wanna come? Yeah.
I hear that Ashido's applying to UA. Her quirk's strong and her reflexes are great. People like her, and she's got a super flashy look. It's all about entertainment value and approval ratings these days.
Hey, speaking of high school, I'm kind of thinking I might go for UA too.
Please, normal people like us don't grow up to be heroes, idiot. Hey, E, you want to apply to Droid Tech together?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much, so... As lame as it sounds, seeing somebody like Ashido in action got me thinking. What if I had a flashier quirk? Would that give me the confidence I need to apply for the hero course at UA?
We're looking at another sunny day tomorrow,
What the?
and it'll be real
What
Is
is
that
that?
Bigfoot?
Hero Agency. Tell me where it is. What? You're not gonna answer me?
Crap! Why aren't there ever any heroes patrolling at times like these? Someone... No. I could do it.
It's a simple question. Why won't you
Oh,
tell me?
okay. I think I know what happened.
Move.
I think I get it. He said it's just like the last time this happened, and he's gonna freeze up probably, and he won't go and he won't save him or something like that, right? And that's what he was referring to. Now this is starting to make sense.
Come on!
Around that corner and then make a left at the big street. The agency's 2 kilometers away.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You heard it here, folks.
Everything is for my master.
And up for a practical joke, too.
Thank you. You saved us. If you hadn't stopped him, he would have squashed us for sure. I lied and sent him to the police. Let's hurry and get out.
I lied and sent him to the police.
I froze. Why didn't I go? Why?
Man, that's a deep question right there, bro. Why? And I love the way that they did it, dude. Him just staring down and just questioning why, man. We kind of talked about it in the last episode, or I did, where I was kind of talking about how, you know, the football thing and me, and like, I feel a similar way, and I hate to go off on a story time, so I'm going to try to keep this quicker than my last video where I took like 10 minutes talking about it. But I feel like this stuff is important, right? And it's important for me as a reactor to, you know, explain this kind of things to you guys of how I feel and how I relate to the show and how I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that stuff's important, just like it's important for you guys to relate to me in the comments, you know, commenting down below your experience on that kind of stuff. But I feel similar in regards to the fact that, like, I feel like since I've gotten older, I've become more, I hate to use the word fearful because I just never look at myself as someone who was scared of contact per se, but I guess fearful, if I'm being honest with myself, fearful would be the right word. I found myself becoming more and more fearful of the contact in football, mainly because of my injury. My knee injury kind of has just put some kind of mental block in my head where I feel like when that contact comes my way and I see someone and he's running my way and it's just me and him, dude, I freeze up sometimes, man. Like, I freeze up every time. My body naturally reacts, so I attempt to make the tackle. But I feel like this year, out of all the years, I've kind of embarrassed myself at points, dude. I've whiffed tackles. I've been, like, absolutely shoulder charged through my chest and knocked down, dude. I got stiff-armed and pushed to the ground. Like, bro, like, I have completely embarrassed myself this year. And I feel like it just is because my body freezes up. I don't know what it is. It's not like I'm having any thoughts in that moment. It's like, I just see it, the contact, like I'm seeing the contact and all I'm thinking about is what happens? What happens if I make this? What happens if I had no fear at all and I went and I just made a hit like I used to? Because I'm older, am I weaker? Am I more nimble? Am I going to be able to withstand that kind of hit? Am I going to be able to stand delivering the hit? What happens if I get a knee injury? What happens if I get a neck injury? What happens if I hurt another part of my body and I have to, you know what I mean? Like, all these like things just flash from my head and literally like within seconds. And then I freeze up for a moment and then I embarrass myself and I look like a dumbass out there because I'm getting stiff armed, I'm whiffing tackles and all that kind of stuff. And you know what I mean? I understand what that moment that he's talking about, that moment of you're looking down, you're just going, why? And there's no answer. It sucks, man. It's a terrible feeling.
In the spring, a guy the same age as me was in the news for fighting back against a villain. Everyone was talking about him. But there were witnesses who said that just before All Might showed up,
Midoriya. I was about to say right before it showed
friend
this,
maybe,
I wonder if that's Midoriya.
rushed in to help. My spirit's not making up for anything. When you're really scared, when your life is really on the line, that's when your true colors show. Facing danger and choosing to take that next step forward, that's what makes a person hero material. I'm not a hero. I'm not even a man. I hated my own quirk, but his was similar. He stood tall and risked his life to save others.
That's not it, is it?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that came with a book on great heroes I got for my birthday a while ago. Guess I never got around to watching it.
If you're ready, we'll start the interview.
Right, hit me.
Even among heroes, you have a reputation for being a bit reckless, often rushing headlong into danger. Tell me, are you ever afraid in those situations?
What kind of question is that? Of course I'm afraid. Show me somebody who's not afraid of facing death, and I'll show you an idiot.
I never understood what he was about before. Not really, anyway. I just thought he was cool for charging full force into everything.
I'm where I am now because when I was a sidekick, I failed to save someone in peril.
I heard about that, but it wasn't your fault. With the crime rate as high as it is,
I don't think you understand. That day I hesitated, and somebody lost their life because my spirit was weak. Yes, I'm frightened when I fight a villain, knowing it could end in my death. But there's something I fear more. The look on someone's face as they die. That's far worse. It's the fear of seeing that look again that drives me.
Can you tell me what chivalry means to you?
Having a strong spirit. It isn't a matter of being bold or confident. or fearless. I'm a hero, and I've sworn to protect people. It's a vow I've written on my heart and one I'll die to keep. You want to know what chivalry means to me? Living a life with no regrets.
You serious, E?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful message.
I am. I won't freeze like that again. Ever.
Certain victory, bro's looking like the Karate Kid. There, bro, never look back.
What is up with that hair? Get a new look for high school? You've got horns like me.
Yeah? So what if I do? I'm not gonna regret stuff anymore. Not ever. I'll protect people like a hero. I'm not the pathetic loser I used to be.
What happened that day with the villain? It was really tough on you, more than it was on us.
So, what's it to you?
Don't be too eager to change who you
That
are.
hurts! Actually, it doesn't, but what the heck?
Once you get over yourself, let me know, okay? I'm being nice and holding back for now. But someday I'm gonna tell everyone about your little makeover.
Thank you. I've been in a ton of scary situations since
Let's
then.
fucking go,
but one
baby.
thing's always frightened me more than anything else.
You're kidding, right? How are you still standing?
You think I'm just a shield, and that mistake's gonna cost you this fight. I've been absorbing every blow you dealt me, sinking each one into my body and storing its power. It's time to strike. But he's worn me down more than I expected. Not sure I'm ready to unleash the power I've absorbed.
Show me what you got! Don't hold anything back!
Don't hold anything back, baby. Let's go.
Red! I won't regret anything! Now or ever again! I'll do it! I'll become a hero! I'll protect people!
Let's fucking go, baby.
He was blown away so easily earlier!
If I crack, then I'll harden again! Stay strong! Protect others! Even if it means your life!
Alright, kid! Let's go!
Oh,
A
that
shield
damn
now?
shield, bro.
Of course, don't be a fool. Nothing can overcome the strength of my defense.
Made a mistake, and so did I! We underestimated the hero named Red Riot, and his chivalrous spirit!
Damn. Honestly, that
spear
punch
and a
was kind of like
shield.
all for ones.
The victory is ours.
Oh, that's it? Let me make sure there's no post-credit scenes. I've gotten into a really good habit of checking that. Okay, no post-credit scenes that I can see. Yeah, he that punch reminded me so much of All Might's, like when he does the punch and stuff like that. But dude, bro's skinny and ripped. How the hell do I do that? How do I just shed off fat like that? And like, I just need someone to come punch me 1,000 times in the stomach, and then I can just shed off all my fat, and then I can just be ripped like that too, dude. That's a crazy quirk too. But low key, I think I still want the quirk that you touch leaves and you can turn it into money, bro. That's a crazy quirk, bro. I'm just saying, never got to worry about no money problems ever again. You ain't got to work a day in your life, bro. That sounds pretty legit. Just saying, man. But all right, beautiful episode, guys. I love the conversation we had. You know, like I said, I really related to that moment, and I loved the moment after that where it was just like he had that where he, you know, the hero, the one he looked up to, his idol, just delivered a message that just literally represented what he was feeling, what he was going through, and to hear that from someone you idolize means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful message in this episode, man. And I loved that at the end when he said, you know, we both underestimated Red Riot. Like, hell yeah, y'all did, man. That dude stepped up, man. Fucking love him, man. Appreciate y'all for being here, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Episode 73, Temp Squad. We'll catch you there, baby. Deuces.